well, just to get started, today we're looking at addition with regrouping. Just before we get started, the main thing is just recognizing that you are regrouping numbers and carrying over, matching up place value. So we're looking at 3-digit numbers here, lined up by place value. So starting with the ones place, 6 plus 7 would be 13, and so we have the 3 in the ones place, but we need to carry our 1 here, and that's going to be that procedural step that's important throughout this unit. Then you have 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 6 is 12. Put your 2, carry the 1, and that leaves 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 is 7. You have 723. Again, through addition, we're really just focusing on carrying those numbers, regrouping them, and making sure we're lining up by place value. Hi everyone, well, we're back, and today we're looking at subtraction with regrouping, and this concept's a little bit tricky for a lot of students. It's being able to be flexible with these numbers. It's not just a procedural step, but we're trying to look at how are we moving these numbers around to make it possible for us to subtract. So as always, we're starting in our ones place. For the ones place here, we do not need to regroup. 5 is greater on top, and so 5 minus 4 is just 1. And so as we move over to our tens place, though, the problem we run into is 6 minus 8. That does not work, and a lot of our students will just want to put 2, but then again, that just following your standard procedure, that's not going to work. And so what we need to do is we need to borrow next door. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it. In this case, I'm going over to the hundreds place, and so I'm going to take a group of 100, and then I'm going to move the other 100 that I just took, and I'm going to put it in the tens place. And so since I'm putting it in the tens place, 10 groups of 10 would add up to the 100 that I just took from this place. And so for most of us, we know that's just a 1 in front. But if you notice, it's 10 plus the 6 makes it 16. And that's what we're really focusing on as we go through subtraction with grouping. It's understanding that you're moving these numbers over, and it's not just these steps that work, but it's understanding that I'm regrouping. I took a group of 100 and I put 10 tens in my tens place to make it the value of 100. Now we can subtract. 16 minus 8 would be 8, and 2 minus 2, well, that's just 0, so your answer is 81. And so this concept becomes very important as I'll just write out a new problem. As we're doing a problem, let's say, 800 minus 236. Well, 800 is obviously bigger on top, but as we go to subtract from the ones place, we can't do it. And then we go to the tens, we still can't borrow because there's no value there. So we finally go to our hundreds place, and we need to borrow a group of 100. Well, we know that we need to just put a 9 in the middle because we're carrying across a 0, and then this would leave us with 10 here. Well, the only reason this works is because, yes, I took a group of 100, but I dropped off 90 in my tens place. That 9 is the value of 90, which leaves me 10 ones that would be here. Now we can subtract across. So 10 minus 6 would be 4, 9 minus 3 would be 6, and 7 minus 2 would be 5. So understanding the place value and the regrouping is going to be very helpful as they get into bigger and bigger numbers, and especially borrowing across zeros.